What do you get when you cross 6K full frame capture, anamorphic lens support, incredible low light performance, and Netflix first camera accreditation? You get the Panasonic LUMIX S1H. Hey guys, Andrew from Wilkinson Cameras, and today with me I've got the Panasonic LUMIX S1H. The S1H is a full frame mirrorless camera designed with videographers in mind. If you imagine a GH5 that's been to the gym for a few years, you'll get where I'm coming from. It's the smallest and most affordable camera to have made Netflix accredited list, so it means you know exactly what you're getting in terms of video quality. It's built for any situation with its weatherproofing and its incredible array of resolutions and frame rates. It even features a flip out screen, which is perfect for vlogging. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and find out why the S1H should be your next camera for video. And just to let you know, later on in this video we will be announcing a special feature that has literally only just come out, so stay tuned to find out what that is. And if this is your first time viewing one of our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified of all of our new videos. The S1H can film in true 6K quality at 10-bit 3x2. Or you can even shoot in 5.9K in a more conventional 16:9 format. Though, just to let you know, if you are filming in 6K or 5.9K, you are restricted to Super 35mm format. One thing that stands out to me is the bit depth. Now, while 8-bit is great for your general shooting, 10-bit does give you that greater depth when it comes to post-processing, especially if you're shooting in Lumix's vlog styles. As you would expect for a camera of this level of power, you can film in completely uncropped 4K, 10-bit internally. You can even shoot in 60 FPS, which gives you a great kind of general slow motion effect. All this power comes with some constraints, or it would normally. This camera actually features the first ever silent internal fan on a mirrorless camera, which means the only time constraints that you have is the ones where how much memory you can carry. This is something that you'd expect from a true-blooded cinema camera, not one that takes gorgeous stills and is small enough to fit in any camera bag. Dual native ISO is featured on the S1H, which at the end of the day provides you with a much clearer, less noisy and higher detailed nighttime photography and videography standpoint. You can see a lot of influence from the Vericam team over at Panasonic with its Cine-like V and Cine-like D colour profiles that make this perfect for when you're trying to get that cinema look. Making it easier to control such a huge suite of shooting features, you've got histograms and waveforms that can actually be controlled and moved across the screen just by dragging them around. Vector scopes and zebras are also included, with colour bars and frame markers included as well. As always, I'm a sucker for in-body image stabilization, and I'm glad to report that the S1H features a 5-axis IBIS, which makes this perfect for handheld and more run and gun situations. Incredibly, if we combine this with Lumix's 2-axis OIS lenses, you'll find a camera that's incredibly feature-packed, which is also fast, nimble and smooth. The EVF is also a huge star here, with 120Hz refresh rate, 5.76 million dot OLED and almost zero lag. This is perfect for when you want to shoot through that. Now, don't get me wrong, this camera is not a lightweight. With all the features that have been packed into this, it is a little bit heavier than you would expect from a handheld camera, but for something with this many features, it's really perfectly fine. Design and build wise, the grips are very ergonomical and it feels great in the hand, and depending on what lens you're using, it is incredibly balanced from front to back. With the increased size of the S1H, it means that Lumix have been able to put this 1.inch always-on OLED display on the top plate, which is great for when you're shooting above or you just want to find quick information at a glance. Lumix call this a memory-in-pixel display, and it consumes so little battery that it doesn't really make a difference at all, and we found that it's incredibly visible even in this incredibly hit-and-miss northwest English weather. The flip-out screen is also built into a sort of slide-out tray, which means that no matter how you're articulating it, you'll find it never really gets caught on any cables if you're using a bigger rig. And just like you'd expect from a camera that's been built with videographers in mind, you'll find that all the information that you get fed back to you is incredibly precise, with the audio levels being nice and bold. Shutter speed and exposure have been replaced with shutter angle and iris as well. Something that stood out to me as well is this camera actually features a tally light, which means if you're shooting actors, it's a great way to show them that you're recording without having to announce it. One of the features that you know that I love from cameras is the fact that it features USB-C charging, which is great, especially now we're in summer. You'll want to be outside shooting for longer, and this means that you can charge it while you're on the go. The giant red anodized record button is great. It's a big, bold feature, but I love it. It means that if you're shooting with a lot of lights and you can't really see the camera, it makes it stand out quite nicely. The deeper that you look into the S1H, the more detail that you notice that Lumix and the Varicam team have also put in here. It even features a timecode cable which you can attach to this camera, which for something at this price and this size is an incredible feature to have, and it really puts it up there with serious cinema cameras. Now, I did say I had something incredibly exciting to announce, and you might have seen it already on our Twitter or Instagram, and that is the Lumix S1H firmware update 2.0. This means that the camera now supports completely raw output to an Atmos Ninja 5 when using the HDMI port. The guys over at Atmos have also partnered with Apple to produce the incredible ProRes RAW output, which means it's not only just supported in Final Cut Pro, but DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere Pro as well. You can also monitor in 4K as well with the Atmos Ninja 5, which provides you with every single tool you need to create stunning videos. Essentially what you're getting is a camera that shoots in 5.9K RAW outputted through HDMI in a small and affordable package, which has also been fully accredited by Netflix. This truly is something that we haven't seen in a mirrorless camera before. So, should you buy the Panasonic LUMIX S1H? This camera feels right at home whether you're a vlogger shooting the highest quality content to put out to your viewer base, or on set of a documentary about to be put on the biggest streaming platform service in the world. This is the camera that pushes the technical limitations of all mirrorless camera systems, from its first of a kind cooling system to its ProRes RAW output. This camera should be at the top of any videographer's wish list. With its incredible array of monitoring options, incredible array of frame rates and resolutions, this really is the one to buy. Panasonic have put a lot of attention into the small details of this camera, and it truly shows, from its low light performance to its incredibly well balanced ergonomics. Personally, if creating stunning video content is your thing, I would not hesitate to buy this camera. If you're looking for any more information about the Lumix S1H or any of the Lumix cameras in our range, feel free to pop in store, visit us online, or give us a call, and we're more than happy to help.